back, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could pick one guest to get snowed in with, it would be this guy. Please welcome the director of the Hayden Planetarium at the American Museum of Natural History, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Beautiful.
Can we get a shot of that, Jim?
I love what you've done with the place. You got the moon over there, the planets.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's beautiful.
Of course.
And
do it for Neil Tyson.
And Happy Pi Day.
Oh, Happy Pi Day.
That is today.
3.
March 14th.
Okay.
3.14.
1-5.
There's more going. Yeah.
9.
2.
6.
5.
3.
3. I don't know.
5. That's as far as I can go.
My son is much better at it than I am.
Kids are always, they got the memories. They got the memories.
He got 61 decimal places. In the big picture, that's not even very much, but he's 16 now, but he had that from age 11.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But in the big picture of pi, everything is small because it's infinite, right?
Yeah, it's infinite, but I think the force is strong with him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got the pi digits coming, yeah.
Well, listen, you know, I have said many times before that you're my favorite guest.
Well, thank you.
And you have cemented that position tonight by showing up in this snowstorm.
Yeah, well, it's just snow. I mean,
it's just snow.
That's all.
Okay.
It's just crystallized water. I mean, so what?
I know how snow works.
That's right.
I'm not the director of the Hayden Planetarium, but I know how snow works, Neil Tyson. Okay,
well, people just freak out. Like, it's just snow.
It's cold. It's uncomfortable.
So what?
Well, okay, now listen. This is our weather today in New York City.
Yes.
Do other planets have snow, or is that unique to Earth?
Well, there's plenty of weather on other planets, but not quite snow. Like on Mars. Mars has polar ice caps that grow and shrink. Mars has seasons like Earth does. It rotates once about every 24 hours. It's tilted on its axis. So it goes through northern hemisphere, summer and winter. And the polar caps will grow and then shrink, and it's made of carbon dioxide. So it'll actually transfer carbon dioxide from one pole to the other. It's pretty cool.
So it's dry ice?
It's dry ice, yeah, simply dry ice.
Oh, Halloween, that planet must be so spooky. You get all that dry ice effect all the time.
Yeah, you get that. And that's not the only place. So there's a moon of Saturn called Enceladus.
Oh, it's one of my faves.
Oh, yeah, that should be everyone's
fave. No, the photos are really fantastic.
Yeah, so there's some heat down under, but it's not like volcanic heat. It doesn't have to be. You just need enough heat to make something want to evaporate. And so what you have is water there under surface.
Liquid water?
Like liquid water that bursts forth, and you have geysers on Enceladus. But that's not the fun part. The fun part is the moment the water hits the low pressure atmosphere, it freezes instantly. So it's a geyser hurling ice chunks, basically. And not only that, it spews forth with enough speed to escape the moon, and it has made a ring around Saturn, which we call the E-ring. It feeds the ring system of Saturn. That's beautiful.
Wow, that is beautiful. That is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
That's almost, you made that almost sound sexy, Neil Tyson.
Yeah, well, no, I'm just saying. Well, also, and not to mention the big red spot on Jupiter, which is an anti-cyclone's been going for at least 300 years. The cyclone itself is bigger than Earth. So Earth weather is nothing compared to other planets. I'm just saying.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about other planets not in our system. People, including myself, got very excited. About a month ago, it was announced that there are 7 Earth-sized planets around a star named TRAPPIST-1, which is about 40 light years away.
About 40, yeah.
Okay, how excited should we be? Because there's 7 of these planets, 3 of which are in the Goldilocks zone, right? Not too hot, not too warm, just right for water.
Yeah, liquid water, yeah. Not crystalline.
Not crystalline water, exactly.
So what was beautiful is we've known about exoplanets since 1995. The first one was discovered. And I'm trying to start a movement where anyone born since 1995, we shall deem Generation Exoplanet. Just because they've only known life at a time when we know of other planets. So Since then, we now have more than 3,000 in the catalog. So why should a few more matter? There's 7 orbiting 1 star. So it's like the biggest star system we found, and 3 are in its Goldilocks zone.
And not that far away from us.
Yeah, 40 light years. I mean, you're still not going there, but it's
But
close.
that's in the neighborhood.
It's in the hood, yes, definitely in the hood. And it's it's there. So there's a problem. These planets are orbiting very close to their host star. It's not a very hot star, so you get close. You can get really close. These stars are so close that they're very likely tidally locked. We have tidally locked our moon, so our moon only ever shows the same face to us. They are tidally locked by their host star. So they only show one face to the host star, which means that side will be too hot to live in, and the other side will be too cold. So if you're going to look for life there, we think life as we know it, it would have to be like along the edge.
Like a little ring of
a
shadows?
little ring, and then you need like rotisserie homes, just so that you can average out the cold and the hot to be the temperature you need.
Sure. Just get a home where you just set it and forget
Just
it.
set it.
All the time.
So it'd be an interesting science fiction novel to explore that frontier.
Okay, set me straight on this. This was about this time last year. It was announced that there was likely an exoplanet around Proxima Centauri.
Now you're talking close.
That's the closest star to us, right? How far away is that?
We've all heard of Alpha Centauri. That's a star system with multiple stars.
Have we all heard of that? Have we all heard about that?
Alpha Centauri, of course.
Of course. Yeah, sure. Right. Sure.
So you've got, in that star system, the star that is closest among them to our sun is called Proxima. And that, we found, had a Earth-like planet orbiting in its habitable zone, in its Goldilocks zone, and we call it Proxima b. So now here's the thing, the fastest spaceships we've ever made, if you straddled them and we aimed you in that direction, it would still take you 70,000 years to get there. So the closest star system is far beyond anything our human physiology.
Now, I've heard about the idea of sending up like hundreds of thousands of small probes that are about the size of your thumb with huge light sails that get accelerated with lasers to get up about 1/3 of the speed of light, and they're there like in 20 years. Why aren't we doing it right now, Neil? Why aren't we doing it right now?
Well, they're working on it right now.
Who?
So this is Yuri Milner, the Russian billionaire.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, who's also is one of that set of billionaires who like space and are putting their money where their mouth is.
Yeah.
So he wants to set up like thousands of these, they're called nano satellites. They're this big, you're right, they're thumbnail size, attached to a huge sail. And you light up these gigawatt lasers here on Earth, and you beam them. You don't want to, like planes flying through this, that would be bad. But from Earth's surface, you beam them up at these satellites, and then you can accelerate them to basically 20% the speed of light. They'll get there in 20 years. They would contain cameras and telemetry and other
And do these light sails also act as solar collectors to provide power to these little things to send us back information?
Well, you were beaming it with 20 gigawatts. That's a lot of power. No, they'll have power. They'll be fine.
Okay.
They'll be fine.
Well,
so you get there close, and then it beams a signal back. That only takes 4 years. So it's a 25-year.
I could be alive for information coming back from another star system.
If you wear your seatbelt, yes.
Okay. We'll be right back with more Neil deGrasse Tyson. Stick around. My friend and fine wine drinking buddy, Neil deGrasse Tyson. You do like a fine bottle of wine.
I do. I'd like to see who's doing better, me or the wine, over the years. Yeah.
So you only drink wine that was harvested the year you were born?
I have a lot from that. Yeah, just checking. Every now and then I check in. See.
And then you have less.
Then I'll have less. And then one day we will meet at the grave with no wine left. Yes.
Now this is TRAPPIST. This is the star system that we were talking about that's 40 light years away that's got the 7 stars. God, it looks like a frame from a Tetris game.
I didn't tell you to pull out that photo.
Well, it's the only photo.
It's far away.
It's the only photo we've got.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something closer to home that you're associated with, that you got in trouble about, is that you were on the group of people that was advising whether Pluto should remain a planet many years ago, about 10 plus years ago, right?
Well, yeah, we voted, we
elite planet people.
We At the American Museum of Natural History, when we redid our exhibits, we said Pluto belongs here, not there, with its other icy brethren in the outer solar system.
Okay, you took a lot of heat for that.
Yeah,
okay.
and I was an accessory to that decision, but
Oh, you almost said crime. You almost
no,
said crime.
there are people like Mike Brown who discovered the objects in the outer solar system that forced that vote. In fact, he's guilty. In fact, his Twitter handle is called Pluto Killer. He admits it.
Who is this Mike Brown you're throwing under the bus right now?
No, he threw
under the
himself
space bus.
He put himself under the bus. I'm pointing it out.
But here's the thing, is that now some of your buddies at NASA want to reinstate Pluto as a planet because they want the designation of planet to be closer to people's intuition rather than some arbitrary scientific designation. Okay?
They should just get over it. That's
Okay.
what I'm saying. Yeah, Pluto
So why do you think people want to name it a planet
Pluto
again?
had it coming from the beginning. It was never really belong. Pluto's orbit crosses that of another planet. That's no kind of behavior for a planet. Wait, no.
You got to stay in your lane?
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
All right, okay.
No.
Now, let's...
Our moon.
Explain to me what this thing is here, right here, okay?
Ooh.
Is that what is this? And what are we going to do with it?
Currently the largest telescope in the world. It's a radio telescope 500 meters across. That is so large, you could play 25 football games in the area of that telescope. And the aliens who are trying to talk to us, you can ask who the first people who are going to hear these aliens is the people who are running this telescope.
Who's running this telescope?
China.
Okay, why aren't we running this telescope, Neil?
Because we lost our mojo. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, mojo.
Is that that's a science
That's
term?
a scientific term. Yeah, it's the mojo. The science mojo is this has never been done before. We're going to invest in it, and we're going to be first at it. And if you don't have those three pistons aligned, other people will do it. That's the thing about science. It doesn't matter where it happens. It's going to happen somewhere. You don't own science. Science is for anyone who is curious and who wants to invest there. And right now, the world is passing us by.
Well, let's talk about... I think Scott Pruitt, who's the new head of the EPA, has said that he does not believe that... Is it Scott? It's Scott Pruitt? We don't know. No one knows his first name. He has said that he does not believe that CO2 is the control knob for climate change. What is the present consensus on CO2 and climate change, Neil?
Well, it's a greenhouse gas along with methane, and actually water is also a greenhouse vapor, but that's sort of fixed in the atmosphere. So at least for now. Lately people are just talking. I will act when they actually try to put legislation into place. But people just talk, and I can't chase what people say because it flutters with the breeze. If he puts down some legislation that requires that everyone think that, oh my God, hold me back. Because then, no.
All right, I'll hold you back. I'll hold you back. Get out of here, he's gonna blow. he's a crystal geyser.
Well, can I tell you something? In 6 weeks, I have a book coming out.
You have a book coming out in 6 weeks?
But it's not out yet.
Can we say what the book is?
I'll tell you. Yeah, can I tell you?
Sure.
It's astrophysics for people in a hurry.
All right.
Yeah.
Will you please come back and tell us about that in 6 weeks?
I will so do that, and it's got all. It's. If you've never consummated your love of the universe, that book will do so for you. Yes.
I'm looking forward to that.
You can pre-order it whenever. Yeah, people.